Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to preserve your eggs. There are several different ways to do this. Some people just crack them into a Ziploc bag, freeze them in the freezer. Some people do glassing, which is storing them in water with lime. Some people do what's called buttering. This was something done by the Irish, where as soon as they're laid, you coat them in butter and it creates like an airtight seal, and that will keep them for months on end. But of course, lime is not always easy to find, especially in a pinch and with all the supply chain problems we've been having lately, and butter is very expensive. So one of the oldest and easiest and simplest ways for me is simply to pickle them. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. All you really need to do this is boiled eggs, distilled water, and white vinegar, all of which are readily accessible, very, very inexpensive, and easy to get. So the first thing we need to do is simply to boil and to peel these, which with yard eggs can be notoriously difficult. But I'm going to show you the absolute quickest, simplest, easiest way to peel a lot of eggs very quick. So basically you're just going to use one of these little pressure canner pots. They have steamer settings on them. So you want to put about an inch of water in it, put your little steamer rack, stack your eggs up as high as you safely can, fill it up, turn it on 7 minutes on the steam setting. It's going to cook perfectly boiled eggs, and for some reason that steam, it makes them a lot easier to peel than when you just boil them on the stove, which is a lifesaver when you're dealing with fresh yard eggs because they're terrible. I'm going to show you how easy they are to peel whenever you cook them this way. Literally, you can really just do it with one hand. It really is that easy. Now I'm going to show you another way too, because this is just kind of fun. If you crack the top, crack the bottom, take a little pinch off the top, and blow, it comes out perfect. So that's just fun to get the kids helping, right? Again, crack the top, crack the bottom, take a little pinch off the pointy side on the top. My goodness. All right, again, the only thing you need to make this functional are the boiled eggs, a little distilled water, and some white vinegar. Now, that's all you need for it to be safe and to be preserved. Now, I'm going to show you what I do to make it delicious, because this is a great, very healthy snack. It's really good for our stomachs and for our intestines and our whole digestive tract to get some vinegar in there every once in a while. Kills a lot of pathogen. It also helps to kind of balance the pH and helps with arthritis depending on your body's chemistry and conditions. But it also becomes very healthy and almost a natural antibiotic, because I fill this up with a lot of garlic, and this is also a good way to preserve your summer peppers and garlics. And it's going to make a vinaigrette that is great, that you can spoon out and put over your salads or in your soups as like a hot pepper vinegar. So I like all those flavors to penetrate the egg, and I basically do the same thing that I do when I'm making my hot sauce vinaigrettes. So I'm going to start with a whole onion, a very large onion. If you have a smaller onion, maybe do 2 or 3. A couple of peppers, green peppers, bell peppers. These is just a variety of peppers from my garden. Some jalapenos, a whole bunch of jalapenos, a couple of habaneros, and a whole fist of garlic. Maybe even 2 or 3 if they're smaller fists. So I like to put a lot of garlic in here, a lot of hot sauce, hot peppers, and also I'm going to put a mixture of spices. You put whatever you like. Definitely, I put some sea salt, I put some pepper, I put some garlic powders and some onion powders, and then I put a seasonal. There's many different brands and varieties that people like, and I'm not endorsing anyone. Everybody has their taste. There's one that I particularly like called Louisiana, and that's the one that I use. But you can use anything, seasonal, Tony's, whatever your taste preference is. You can put whatever spices that you want to penetrate that egg. So this is great. Eggs are loaded with vitamins and minerals, protein, a lot of omegas. So it's a really good, healthy, low-fat snack that you can just grab throughout the day, or have a ready-to-go lunch or breakfast or whatever. So this is how we do it. All right, getting all of your onions and peppers chopped up. I'm gonna put, and garlic and so forth, I put a little bit in the bottom, and then I'm gonna hold out. I'll put a few eggs in, then I'll drop a little more, just kind of layer it a little bit throughout the jar. All right, the jar is about halfway full, so I'm gonna layer some more onions, peppers, and garlic. And of course, you really don't have to do this. I just kind of like to make sure that the flavors really penetrate through everything. Put some more. All right, the eggs are in, so now you can put your seasonings. Again, this is all to taste. This has nothing to do with the preservation of the eggs. So you just put in what you want, and I put in quite a lot. For a jar this size, I'm probably going to put about half of this little container because I like flavor. Again, there's no science. I can't really give you measurements on this. Just put a little bit of everything. All right, now for filling the jar, I put with full contents in it about 1/3 of the jar with distilled water. And then the rest you're gonna fill with vinegar, close it up, and you're good. So go slow because it'll kind of get in there quicker than you realize. All right. Yeah, make sure everything's covered. All right, I have enough to make another jar, so I'm gonna make another jar. But once they're all in there, kind of give it a little turn, mix everything up. You can start eating these right away. They're absolutely safe, but I always give them 2 to 3 weeks before I open the jar because it takes time for all of these seasonings and flavors to really penetrate through the egg and give it a really good, amazing flavor. So I really love these. Like I said, very easy, very inexpensive. The things you need to make it are easily accessible, and it will give you a much longer shelf life on your eggs. These are good on the shelf for a couple months, but they're good in the refrigerator like this for at least half a year. So it will extend the shelf life of your eggs. We lay about 10 dozen a week here, so I really don't need to do it, but I do it anyway just because they're so delicious and really good for you. So go ahead and try. Also, these do not have to be pressure sealed. I mean, you can hot water bath them, but you don't have to. They are fine. Just put the lid on. They're good to go.